I want to give a little bit of attention to the next assignment, which isn't too big. It's not too difficult. This one down here at the bottom. My goal is to share it soon. It says April 13th. If it says that and that didn't happen, don't worry about it. But I'm going to share it soon, and there's going to be instructions in it, and it's going to be a Google slideshow. Now, what it is an infographic, and you can do it in the slideshow if you don't know how to use infographic web software stuff, right? But if you do, you can do it in PictoChart or whatever type of web software you want, and just put in the link to the sort of publish finish work in the slideshow, right? Just kind of like we did our very first project, like expanding to another country. If you did it somewhere else, put a link in the file so I can find it. It's going to be the same thing. And in that slideshow that I share with you will be the instructions, so read them carefully. But I just want to, this video is about, even though there's instructions, people in past semesters have not seemed to understand the job. And what's happened is it's turned into a biography on some famous person. I don't want that. I want you to use the leadership styles, autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire, that we talked about in another video, right? I want you to use those, and I want you to apply them. So this is the mark for this human resources topic in the other category. So application, thinking, communication. Okay? So here's the main problem I want you to try to avoid. I'm going to show you a couple exemplars. Students have, let's take a look at the first one. Students have, first of all, not turned it into an infographic. For example, look down here. Look, that's not an infographic. That's an info words, right? So it's not an infographic. So it should be more graphical where possible. But if you read through this, there's very little. So here's like a biography. So-and-so is the CEO of General Motors as well. She was the first female to become, so okay, great. And she has 2 children. So far, not a thing about leadership style. So if we scroll down, where she went to school, so what? Down a bit more. Fun facts about GM. Totally not relevant. Keep on, a nice picture of a building. It's actually GM's headquarters in Detroit. Great. Sure. And then this bit. So everything here is a bullet point about what with no connection by this. And this was actually a fairly strong student normally, right? But the what, but no connection to a leadership style. I'll just take one for example. Leading development of company strategies long-term and short-term. How about this one over here? Ensures that there is effective communication with shareholders and that the director... See, that's a good point. That's something a leader should do, but what is that? What type of leadership style? Why? How do you know? So that's what's missing. Okay, here's another example. Here's one that is... this one looks really good. Again, was done by a pretty strong student, and it's more graphical. So if yours gets to this level of graphic visual clarity, that's you're doing a pretty good job. You could do even better with some graphs and stuff too, but generally good. So I'll leave this to you. I challenge you to find anything on here about a leadership style. Again, up at the top, how this person became leader, that so-and-so began working at Microsoft in 1992. Down a bit, collaboration and creativity. So-and-so believes strongly in collaboration between members to increase creativity, but still has the final say in decisions. Based on what? Based on what example? So I want to see you use one or 2 or all 3, whatever, it depends on the leader, of those types of leadership styles. I want examples, and I want you to prove to, as always, prove to me that you understand the 3 types of leadership styles. So give examples. So of when they've used it and why you think that particular example or situation proves that that's the type of leadership style that was used. That's your real goal, right? Proving our content. And if you want a tip, it probably is harder to do that with a celebrity. It might actually be easier for you to find situations where they use different types of leadership styles if it's someone you know. So a coach or a community leader or an actual manager that you've worked for at a job. Because then you actually will remember situations where that you can draw on and use as your examples. Just a possible tip. Might help you out. Okay? So keep that in mind. Your goal is not a biography about somebody. It's about proving you understand leadership styles and showing how somebody has used them in different situations. Okay?